Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's bring in Nora Melinda, Bloomberg Television markets correspondent, for a look at some stocks on the move today. Nora, what do you have?
Well, we've been looking at financial stocks. They are the worst performing sector in the S&P 500. And of course, that's largely due to the fact that we did get news that President Donald Trump is calling on credit card companies to cap interest rates at 10% for a year. Now, this deadline is for next Tuesday, January 20th. And this has really been a bipartisan issue. We've been seeing both sides of the aisle really pushing to crack down on a lot of these credit card companies, especially given the fact that a lot of card interest rates are hovering above 20% over the past few years. But there are concerns from a lot of experts who are coming out essentially saying that this could potentially wipe out earnings from cards for a year, and it could potentially incentivize some of these companies to stop lending at the caliber that they have thus far right now.
Yeah, and of course, we have JP Morgan kicking off bank earnings tomorrow. So it's going to be really interesting to hear what CEOs say about these credit card caps. Nora, what else is on your radar?
Well, I'm also looking at shares of UnitedHealth. This is ticker UNH. We're seeing shares that are slipping about 1.4% right now as we speak, earlier down as much as 2.9%. This is, of course, after the Wall Street Journal reported that a Senate committee is investigating the company's practices that found that the company deployed, quote unquote, aggressive tactics to collect payment boosting diagnoses for its Medicare Advantage members. So you are really seeing this weighing on shares as investors are really trying to figure out what the potential implications of this could be. I mean, this is a stock that's really been battered. I mean, it's had 3 back-to-back years of declines. If you take a look at the share action just last year, we saw the stock fell 35% for 2025. So we'll just have to see whether or not this company is able to really eke out a turnaround story.
Yeah, in need of a turnaround story for sure. What about the third one?
Yes, looking at the consumer space, so restaurants, Shake Shack is where I've got my eyes right now. That's ticker SHAK, SHAK. We're seeing shares higher by about 4% right now as we speak. This is after the company reported preliminary fourth quarter sales that were below Wall Street estimates, but we are still seeing shares higher as investors are really trying to figure out what are some of the tailwinds here. I mean, they did say that they expect sales to expand by low single digits in 2026. That's compared to analyst expectations for 2.4% growth. But they did also mention that they plan to open 95 to 105 company operated and licensed locations this year.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.